I'm not even really looking for I'm sorry. I'll take it. I think there are a lot of apologies owed, but it's really not what I want. What I want is your rock solid assurance that you understand what happened and will never do it again. That's what I want. I want safety going forward for me, my kids, all of the people who stood with us against this madness. Those people deserve never to face that again in their life. And to the extent that people, I don't even think they understand that they switch sides. You were telling people, get your shot. If not, you're a bad person. And now you're not getting your shot. And maybe you think you're putting it off. No, you're afraid. You now realize how dangerous these things are. You're afraid to get it, as you should be. But that fear, we tried to tell you back before you got any of them. And now is the time for you to say, you know what? That didn't sound true to me at the time. I now know how confused I can be. I won't do that again. No more witch hunting. I'm out. I will not hunt witches because witches don't exist. Witches are the people trying to tell you this is not good for you or your children.
Yeah, I think that it's hard because for people like us that have been so deep down this sort of, you would call it a rabbit hole, right? There's people that are not even on the circumference of it up top. They're 100,000 miles that direction. And you're right. They don't know that they've switched sides because they're just kind of following the wave of things. And it really illustrates actually just how, it illustrates that mass formation, right? That we've all sort of fallen in line. Not all of us have fallen in line with, but so many have. Everything has sort of become a football team, so to speak. Whereas, what team are you on? Are you on Team Mask or anti-science altogether, right? There's these big labels on the other side. And I think that there's a huge swath of people that know, innately something's wrong, but they don't know how. They don't have the information. They're just waiting to see where it goes. And a lot has happened because of people like us breaking down that narrative piece by piece. And it's really good to see it. But yeah, I think I like your way better, in the sense of just like the assurance that, look, you don't even have to say you're sorry. Just don't do it again and promise me that. That's actually exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that is the deal I will explicitly make. If you put it right so that we know where you stand, you're clear about it, and you're not going to do it again, we're square. I don't need your apology, right? I know that you probably thought you were doing the right thing at the time. I get that.
Yeah.
But it needs to never happen again because we're talking about like the literal safety of children. That it couldn't be more important.
Do you feel like that outside of music, that there's enough people sort of waking up?
Well, again, I think the core issue is this. A huge number of people are somewhat awake. And if they could be just driven, hey, time to get up. It's the rest of the way you got to go, right? You saw something, you don't want that shot. Now, let's work backwards and figure out how it is that people got to the point of mandating something upon you that you now realize was never in your interest. What does that mean? What does that require of you? I do think that they could wake up, but at the moment they're too comfortable because it's fine for them not to tell you that they've switched sides, not to even confess to themselves that they're never going to get the shot, right? So I want the people who are somewhat awake to go the rest of the way. Then there's a tremendous amount of hope. There are a lot of people. A huge majority are now skeptical